Good evening and welcome to our program here on Inside Bicol. Our topic for tonight is about renewable energy, specifically solar energy. And my guest for tonight is someone who was born in Bicol but have stayed in America for his entire career. But he has decided to come back to Bicol and put up a business related to renewable energy. Let me now welcome our guest for tonight, Engineer Hill Bulaong. Welcome, Engineer, to our program here on Inside Bicol, and we're very glad that you have agreed to join our program here tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here tonight.
Okay. Well, as you know, Hill, our program is being seen here locally on free-to-air TV. We're also being watched on the various cable companies. However, there are a lot of viewers now, the Bicolanos, watching us via live streaming. So I'm sure that they would like to know, who is Engineer Hill Bulaong?
Okay. Well, to start with, let me introduce myself. My name is Gil or Hill Bulaong, and actually I was born in Pamplona, Camarines Sur. So therefore, I consider myself siyempre tunay na Bicolano. And of course, I left here in 1971, dito sa Pilipinas, and went to the United States to further my opportunities, let's say opportunities. And I've been there for approximately 35 years. And over there, I've been involved with engineering, design, work, and I own a consulting firm.
Did you also study here in Bicol?
Yes, I went to Ateneo Dinaga, of course, and the University of Nueva Cáceres. And I graduated from Adamson University and further my studies in the United States. I also went to school in the United States and took up construction engineering.
Okay. How did you become involved in, the solar energy in America?
Well, tell you the truth is that if you remember a few years ago, we had a depression sa United States. And during those days, there were a lot of people who were laid off, mayong mga trabaho, and practically doing nothing. And that was at the time where I made my assessment of our situations in the United States. I did my research as far as, by the way, the solar energy technology is coming out then. It's getting very popular at the time, a few years back. And I figured maybe it's time for us to also be involved with solar energy. And that's when we did our research in the solar energy, and we found out, you'll be surprised, that most countries already have the technology, the solar technology. Of course, the leading is China, India, and the rest of the world. But when it comes to the Philippines, you'll be surprised. You practically have nothing here in the Philippines. So I figured, why not? If the Indians and the Chinese countries can do it, the Filipinos can do it too. So I like to make a statement that the Filipinos can do it too, and adopt the new technology.
So the solar technology has long been being used in America.
Well, not really very long. I would probably say within 5 years.
5 years.
Within the last 5 years.
What have you seen? What are the advantages
Well,
while they're reason why they're using
Ang
that?
advantages
Ano
po
advantage?
sa America is because the federal government is very supportive sa solar technology. So they did all the help that you can get, from the government. Ugas sindang inaapod na subsidy, ugas sindang inaapod na grant, ugas sindang inaapod na federal credit. And not only the federal government, pati state nagtatao man ng credit para ang sarong tao magamit ng solar energy. As an example, the federal government, even now, is offering 30% rebate kung ano man ang kantidad na binakal mo na solar equipments. The state is giving approximately 15 to 20%. You'll be surprised dahil miski na ang utility company itself, where I live, ang pangalan kang utility company is Detroit Edison, are also offering some kind of an incentives para lang maggamit ka ng solar energy.
Okay.
You'll be surprised.
Okay. Now, I'm sure that there are a lot of people watching us who would like to know more. Describe to us, what is this solar energy, which is one of the renewable energy that I think a lot of people would like to be involved. Siguro, explain ta, ano ini for the information of our viewers? What is solar energy?
Well, to make it very simple and brief, solar energy is an energy coming from the sun. And I'm sure that by now, medyo gulpi na kitang nadadagong tungkol sa solar technology. And I would imagine by now, medyo naiintindihan ta na pag sinabing solar panel, solar energy, na ining energy na naghahali sa saldang. It's true. Naghahali sa saldang, it's an energy na naghahali sa saldang na libre, na dito ay binabayaran. And the good thing about this is that most of the countries, especially in the United States, ang saldang na luwasan na or na nag-rises, from 5 to 6 hours, 7 hours. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, we enjoy ang exposure kang saldang, we have at least, according to study, 8 hours of exposure digdi sa saldang. So more than anybody else, pagmati ko, Pilipinas talaga is the right place for solar energy.
Okay. And perhaps I'd like to ask you also, no, you have a good job in America, but what made you decide to come back to the Philippines, especially here in Bicol, and put that business here?
Well, tell you the truth, ang totoo niyan talagang because of the depression and we were looking for better opportunities, and like I said, during our research, we found out na kulang na mare ang technology dito sa solar energy, and kulang talaga practically nothing, So like I said, I'd like to make a statement na kaya mga Pilipino na mag-live ng solar energy. And for our company, I think it's high time and ready for us to invest here in the Philippines.
Okay. So, when you speak about solar energy, what are the things that you need and what are the things that you have to install?
Okay. A very good question. Well, obviously, the solar energy or the solar systems that you need to be able to enjoy these solar energy benefits, obviously, you will need, number one, solar modules, so solar panels, and its accessories. Ano ining mga accessories na ini aside from the solar panel? We do have na inaapod na charge controllers, batteries, and PV inverters. Now, let me discuss each one of those kung anong mga function kaning mga accessories na ini. Number one, the charge controller. From the solar panel, it goes to the charge controller. And perhaps if we have the time, we can show some video presentations on how this thing works. But anyway, from solar panel, it goes to the charge controller. The main function of the charge controller is merely kung sa policeman traffic officer siya. Nagta-traffic lang siya kang flow kang energy. He makes sure that na maapektuhan ang battery mo. Pagta-traffic niya ang energy na naglalawag at saka nagluluwas. It tells you how much is your load, how much is the charge of a particular unit. In this case, it will be the battery. And kung ano ang charge kang battery ini. So it's merely a information system. Nothing else. And he makes sure na ang battery will not be discharged or overcharged. If those things happen, the charge controller will automatically shut them off. So it's a protection on the battery. And why? Because battery is one of the most expensive part of the system. Halos 30% kang solar system mo, iyan ang dakulang cost ang battery. So you really would like to protect your investment. Of course, the battery is nothing else, is to store the energy coming from your solar panel, which is coming from the sun. That's all it does. Now, the PV inverter, of course, the main function is to convert DC to AC. Dahil ining mga energy na naghahali sa saldang, naghahali sa battery are all DC or direct current. Now, obviously, ang mga appliances are AC. That's throughout the Philippines, not only in Bicol, but throughout the Philippines. alternating current ang ibig sabihin. Yung mga appliances na are alternating current. To be able to use that in the solar system, kaya pwede convert ang DC to AC. Kaya you need a PV inverter. And that's about it.
Okay, so we will pause for a while. When we return, we shall continue with our discussion here about solar energy. So go away.